Hello, I am Super Orange Cat here for some Toonami news, or in this case, actually kind of the lack of news here. So Toonami has actually kind of just set a new record. Although it's not necessarily a record I would rather really want to set. We are officially 9 days away from the new airing of a new show on Toonami. Problem is, we don't know what that show is yet. See, the Promised Neverland's finale is upcoming in a couple days this Saturday. By the way, please watch it. It's been a great show. Debatably one of the best that Tanami's ever had on. And I'm including way back when the 90s too. Like, it's just well done mystery, well done thriller. And it's just nice to have a show that's at least a little different from the usual fare we get on Tanami. But again, it'll only have one more show episode on the block, and then it's off. So the question is, what happens next? Some people believe that what will happen is that The Promised Neverland will just simply rerun at like 3:30 or 3 o'clock, like late in the block. And also, there's some people believe that Megalobox, if you remember that show from a little while back, will be returning again late in the block to be a rerun. However, there's a bit of stigma of reruns on the block that historically don't do too well, and the fact it's taken this long to announce the new show strongly indicates that they're trying to currently get a new license to put on the block. So the question is, what show could this be? One popular contender for this would be Mob Season 2. I mean, we already had Season 1 on the block. It was very well received, it had pretty solid ratings. Naturally, second season, which I believe has completed already, would be a strong candidate to be dubbed and put on the block. But again, well, we're not so sure on that. I mean, again, it's not on the block yet. We hadn't had an announcement about that, so we don't know if it's going to be that show. And again, if we're keeping on the same vein, One Punch Man Season 2, I'm not so sure if it's finished in Japan yet. And usually the dub doesn't get started until after the Japanese airings have finished. So we'll see about that there. Like I can guarantee you, Mob Season 2 and One Punch Man Season 2 will eventually be on the block. I'm just not so sure it's going to be on the block right now. But again, my opinion, a bit of a far-fetched, but at the same time reasonable show that might get on here is Konosuba, the show I've really wanted to be on the block. However, it's a bit further removed from the usual fare we get on Toonami. Usually we get that shonen on Toonami, and this is definitely not a shonen. Although one can see this as a parody of shonen, and again, stuff that's really far from the usual fare in Toonami historically doesn't do too well on the block. Like, for example, Pop Teen Epic we had last year, and that was a pretty notorious show for how poorly it pulled on Toonami, how poorly it was received on Toonami. And again, maybe I'm stretching it a bit. Something like the two Fully Cooley sequels, which were a bit removed also from that shonen type that we get on the block. Neither of those were really that well received. Progressive was okayly received, but Alternative definitely did not do well in ratings on the block. So again, there's still a lot of questions out there. What show's going to be on the block? Will we get something interesting on the block? Will we be getting something out of left field? What possible legal issues is causing Toonami to have to wait this long to announce the new show? Like, Mob Season 1 was announced exactly 10 days before it aired on the block. We're at 9 days until the date in which this new show will have to air. A possible theory is that Sword Art Online, which after this Saturday we'll have two more episodes before it goes on break, might be doubled up for that week. However, this is kind of a double-edged sword, because yeah, you solve 1 week's issues, but not only will you have to replace The Promised Neverland, but you're going to also have to replace Sword Art Online 1 week earlier than you anticipated. So soon, hopefully, we'll be getting a flurry of announcements of new shows to the block, which should be a really exciting time. However, we've been waiting pretty long for just The Promised Neverland to be announced. So will we be getting a new show, or will it be something disappointing like, oh, we're just simply going to move it to end the block and rerun it, or oh, we're just going to cut one more slot from Toonami, it'll be 30 minutes shorter, or what do you guys think? Do you think that Konosuba or Mob Season 2 or even One Punch Man Season 2, or I've heard some people say Demon Slayer or Fire Force will get onto the blog. Do you think those shows get on the blog? I want to hear your opinions down below. If you like this content, if you want more Toonami news content, please subscribe. Please hit that notification button. I am the Super Orange Cat, and that is all.